Hey, what's up guys, it's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about Crunchyroll. Yes, they are back in the media again. If you're new to the channel and haven't checked out my previous video related to the company, essentially Funimation had bought Crunchyroll out, but decided to keep the Crunchyroll name. Now the problem is, of course, many of those people who are subscribed to Funimation is going to lose their entire digital library coming April 2nd, now that the merger is now in full effect. And then to add more insult to injury, they are raising the yearly subscriptions in 2025 to $100 a year. And oh god, oh boy. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. So why are they in the media right now? Well, apparently Crunchyroll's CEO is saying that, hey, we are definitely looking into AI when it comes to generating subtitles moving forward. So before we dive into this video to get a closer look at what's going on, make sure to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive right into it. I think this is pretty interesting because we have from CBR.com. They pretty much highlight the situation that's going on. So apparently Crunchyroll CEO says AI generated subtitles are definitely an area we're focusing on. So Crunchyroll CEO Raul Peruni says AI generated subtitles are an area of focus testing for the streaming service, perhaps to dismay of audience. Now, Crunchyroll CEO Raul says AI generated subtitles are an area that the streaming service is currently focusing on testing, perhaps to dismay of some anime viewing audience. Peruni sat down with The Verge for an hour-long interview where he discussed how Crunchyroll could become a more attractive option for anime fans. One solution was to increase development in AI-generated subtitles, where Peruni said AI is definitely something we think about a lot of different workflows in the organization. Right now, one of the areas we're focusing on is testing subtitling and our closed captions, where we go from speech to text. How do we improve and optimize our processes where we can get the subtitles done in various languages across the world faster so that we can launch as close to the Japanese release as possible, we outlined. So that's definitely an area that we want to focus on. Now, we talked about this before when we talked about the manga industry, where their reasons for going the AI route is to pretty much combat the entire piracy situation, to where, because we have the Japanese manga release first, and then of course you have fans of subtitles or fan translations that ends up hitting the market and people view it for free. But I think it's a lot deeper than that, and we also discussed because of the whole localization issue, where we have a lot of localizers changing the context, the meaning, adding their own political opinions within the works altogether, which a lot of fans are pretty much upset about, and they're exposing on Twitter for everybody to see what the issue is. So I know that, or from what I'm gathering and what I see here, is that a lot of these companies, especially in the manga industry, they want to get ahead of that. They want to damage control that and try to get ahead of that by using AI tools in order to put everything out from Western release and Japan's release and put them out simultaneously. In order to do that effectively, they would like to use AI tools, which would effectively put a lot of these localizers out of work, especially the ones that are activists that's going in, changing, adding their own political commentary and politics through the mouths of our favorite characters in some of our favorite mangas. So apparently that they trying to do this with Crunchyroll for anime on their platform. But let's continue. It says AI subtitles are seen by some as a means of decreasing anime piracy, which we just talked about. Peruni's quote arose during a conversation about how he hoped to make Crunchyroll more viable than piracy, with one of the piracy biggest selling points being that it's free and sometimes also releases content faster than the official services. He highlighted that the fan desire to access anime as close to the Japanese release as possible was the motivation behind the development drive for AI subtitles. Now, also too, they also talking about wanting to combat piracy, but you gotta also understand too, when you want to start raising your services up to $100 a year, people losing their digital library, you want to expect more piracy to happen. I don't think the amount of AI subtitles is going to change that fact, as long as you want to have the services that you have, and especially when it's pretty much anti-consumer. more people's going to relegate to piracy. No matter, even if you try to get a lot of these titles out in English subtitles at the same time as the Japanese dub is released, if you don't change these tactics or change the business model. So naturally, AI subtitling proves contentious. Many anime fans were concerned about the low quality subtitles in the Yuzuki's Family 4 Sons debut episode, leading some to believe that they had been generated by AI. These subtitles were notoriously awkward, occasionally to the point of being nonsensical, and featured numerous grammar issues. Crunchyroll was forced to delete the episode following outrage by fans on social media, with many asking why they didn't pay professionals to do a better job. Many manga fans on social media also cite poor official translations as a motivator for piracy, with the United States being the #1 worst offender for piracy in the world. Yeah, tell me about it. This conversation resurfaced following the arrest of 2 individuals in Japan for leaking early content of Weekly Shonen Jump manga. With the rapid growth of AI translation, quality may certainly meet fans' expectations in the near future. Nevertheless, many continue to argue that the nuance in language is best captured by human experience, creating a trade-off for Crunchyroll between costs and continuing to expand to hundreds of millions of anime fans worldwide. So yeah, there's a lot to really talk about when it comes to this whole localization and when it comes to AI tools in general. See, the thing is, as I said before, AI is still, as far as the public is concerned, it's still new, it's still learning, it's still maturing, and there's still a lot of kinks that need to be worked out, which human hands will still have to be behind these AI tools for the AI to pretty much do its job. And it's doggone, is damn right still not perfect. So there's a lot of arguments here saying that, hey, we do need localizers, we do need human translators. But then it comes to the point of the quality of the translator, the quality of the localizer. This is where the dilemma that we're in, because AI, I mean, I don't want nobody to be out of a job, but if we continue to have the localizers that we have and the controversy that surrounds it, and that you definitely see on social media when you hear from some of these localizers and give their opinions and how they view the anime fans and the community itself, you know, it's just damning altogether. So we have to find some middle ground, or we have to find out how we can solve this problem, because I think that as AI get better, there's going to be less and less need for human hands or human involvement when it comes to the subtitles and everything, especially when it comes to anime, and of course on the manga side of the spectrum when it comes to this. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see how all this unfold. But on top of that, as I said before, Crunchyroll and their, I guess you say, it's not consumer friendly. It's anti-consumer, as far as them pretty much screwing over everybody from the Funimation side of things and them losing their library, while at the same time increasing their yearly subscription. This may even balance itself out. Some people may still continue to support it, while others say, you know what, I'm gonna continue to pirate because of their anti-consumer practices. I mean, Crunchyroll is a perfect example of why we shouldn't allow one company to have a monopoly over this. And I think that's what the problem is. It's the monopoly. One company, one organization that's power and control over everything. And since there's no competition that can stop them, this is the only place where you're able to digest that. So you either going to digest it, or you're going to go out and find other means to gain access to it. But that's pretty much it. I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. How do you believe this situation is going to go as far as AI starting to take over and pick up for the localization and translating for these subtitles so they can have a simultaneous release from the Japanese release? Definitely want to hear your thoughts. And what do you think about the Crunchyroll experience altogether? I don't have a Crunchyroll subscription, so I never tried it, never got into it. But those of you who may have it and is watching this video, let me know what you think in the comment section below when it comes to the Crunchyroll service. So if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. See you game fiends later. Peace out.